Is your job and what does your day in the life look like? A zookeeper, I love it, but for the most part it's pretty unglamorous. I spend 10% of my time talking to the public, 10% of my time playing with animals, 20% doing paperwork, and the other 60% is preparing food or shoveling various forms of poop. And depending on the species, the poop can be easily 1,000 times worse than dog or cow poop. I type this comment as I'm just getting home from a day of cleaning the otter enclosure, and my husband still won't enter the room with me even after a shower. Work in horse breeding, and it is horrible. I lost my job as a waitress during the pandemic and was looking for work, and thought, hey, I rode horses for a while in high school, let's apply for this. And the salary was better than a waitress. But the work is just plain gross. Spending all day around stinky, horny as fuck stallions who want to fuck anything that moves, particularly if it smells like a mare, cleaning smegma out of horse penises, ugh. No fun. I'm not sure how I'm still here, except the money's good. I'm a Navy mechanic. I show up and fix whatever the sailors managed to break. Work in a group home for the developmentally disabled. My day can have several different ways it can go, but it's usually just hanging out in a nice house helping out some peeps who have trouble with everyday tasks. Some days I'm a nurse, others a personal chef, a handyman, chauffeur. You name it. Social worker. I spend 75% of my day on the phone listening to really sad stories and do my best to find a solution or some assistance, confused face, then the other 25% documenting the crap out of everything like my life depends on it. I'm unemployed. I was a 911 dispatcher who just couldn't do it any longer. Now my day is sitting in a parking lot hoping to get an Uber Eats delivery order so I can make a little bit of cash for bills. I have no clue what to do anymore. I'm an armed security guard for a nightclub. I get paid by shift, but if you do the math I make about $35 an hour. I get to work at 9 p.m. and usually leave around 4 a.m. I spend 92% of my nights checking IDs, playing on my phone and searching people for weapons. 8% of my nights breaking up fights or arguments. But I spend 100% of my nights hoping I don't get jumped, hit with a glass bottle, or shot. My brother is a mattress tester, quite self-explanatory. Make music for a company and mix and master audio. Day is whatever I make it, but it usually involves listening to lots of different music, recording ideas and smoking weed. Lol. A homeowner's insurance claim adjuster. I handle mid to large size claims, usually fires, burst pipes, or similar, so most everyone I talk to is displaced from their home, is scared and confused about what's next, and has heard a million horror stories about how insurance companies just do all they can to screw you over. About 60% of my day is spent on the phone explaining the process and policy to people, answering whatever questions they have, answering them again when they forget or get confused, getting to know customers because I'll be talking to them for the next 6 to 18 months, and doing my best to make them feel at ease and getting them to trust that I have their best interests at heart. About 20% is coordinating various vendors, contractors, housing, etc., and about 20% is spent looking over photos, estimates, and reports. We also have to document everything we do in nearly every conversation, so there's a great deal of time dedicated to that. Pre-COVID I typically drove 2 to 6 hours each day to inspect homes, so a lot of this work was done behind the wheel and in person. An undertaker, and depending on the day, I bring deceased into my care from hospital mortuaries, or sometimes during the day I will get called out to a private address or care home/hospice. Majority of most days I will be out on funerals, driving the hearse/limousine and bearing the coffin into the crematorium or lowering into a grave. I will prepare and dress the deceased ready for funerals and viewings. I will also line and fit coffins and engrave nameplates, among general cleaning of the funeral home and vehicles. It can be pretty full-on physically as well as emotionally, but I really appreciate my job and the comfort I can help bring to some families. Cook. I open giant cans of things and reheat it. Honestly, most my job is a full-body workout. 200 rounds of toast, several trays of oven bacon, 10 kilograms of baked beans in tomato sauce. Do you have any idea what a pain in the arse it is to pick eggshells out of 150 eggs in a bowl? Then there was that one time I messed up 50 liters of chili, too spicy for anyone to eat. The devil. Every day I have a list of minor tasks that tip my district towards some goal or other. Often, it's going door to door for various religious groups or the GOP. I do fundraising, sabotage people's wellness goals, and at least try to meet my quota. It's pretty easy during a pandemic, but then, I have always been pretty lazy. Now that I work from home, I'm essentially a professional cat patter. My days are spent petting, playing with, and talking with the cats. Driver. I see idiots. In cars. Everywhere. When I don't see idiots in cars, parked, I get to deal with the mess that is how my trailer was loaded in paperwork. At least the driving can be pretty, but the NY metro area, plus CT, is a pain in the ass. I drive local. I service swimming pools in Florida. I do 20 a day. 100 a week. I balance chemicals and make these pools pretty for my homeowners. Even after 20 years at the same company, I still love my job. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe.